Alright, we are live. Let's see who shows up. We're just gonna be greasing the truck. No one yet. Anyone here? Alright, we got one person. How's it going, guys? Thanks for showing up. We're on a live roll today. Just gonna be doing live videos. I feel bad not giving you guys content, but a lot of the stuff that I've gone and towed are all accounts, and I don't videotape my accounts. So what we'll do is just do a live stream of some maintenance of the trucks. Earlier we did a cable respooling, and now I'm gonna grease my underlift on my truck. Hey Frankie, thanks for showing up. Alright guys, so if you don't know, heavy equipment, anything with hydraulics has pivoting areas of pivot, and you do have to grease those joints to allow for just proper operation of that hydraulic application. So greasing is a very essential part of heavy equipment. So what we're gonna go and do is grease the underlift, and we'll probably get up on the boom and grease it. I have the camera or my phone mounted on a suction cup, so it's gonna stay there for a bit, and hopefully I can work and still read your comments. So yeah, let's go ahead and do this. Give me 1 second, I'm gonna grab a chair. Chair. We got our Milwaukee electric grease gun. So yeah, I'm here. I'm gonna be working, but I'm gonna try to answer you guys' questions if you have anything. So just go ahead and shoot some questions, or if you guys have any comments, please let me know. I'm gonna try to angle this down a little bit too, so you can see what I'm doing. All right, let's try that. Let's give that a try. All right, so this is the underlift. There's the end of the T-bar where we fork the axle on trucks that we're towing. They have grease points here. Hey, I'm doing good, how are you? We got grease points here. We have grease points here, and some in the T-bar there, and then up in the boom there's a lot of grease points actually. So this is our Milwaukee electric grease gun. It is like the best investment you could ever make. Such a great gun. It has this setting here where you can set it to how many pumps you want to do. The thing about the underlifts is that you don't really see the grease. Like when you're greasing joints, if you ever grease one, you can see it like popping out and then you know to stop. The underlift you don't really see, so I usually do like 10 pumps of grease, which is nice. The Milwaukee has a 10 setting, so you just go, let's unlock it, and then make sure we got battery, which we do. You just hold it down. 10 pumps. Move on to the next one. Ten pumps. Hello from UK, how you doing? I'm doing good, how are you? Thank you for tuning in from the UK, that's awesome. And then what I do is I take a rag and I just kind of clean out the grease dirt. That way it doesn't have grease just sitting there. Try to make it as clean as I can, even though greasing is a pretty dirty job. Try to clean it as best as I can. All right, there's 10 pumps into that one. Move on to this next one. So it's got greasing points for every stage. This is the first stage, second stage, third stage, or I guess you could say it the other way, but. So we'll go in and then we'll hit it. Don't worry guys, I'll go back and read some of your comments if I miss them, don't worry. Okay, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pick you guys up and move you. I'll take you closer to me. Hi. It's a lot of H's, bud, but I like it. I'm trying to think of a good spot to set you down on. Maybe right here. Okay. What inspired you to do YouTube? Honestly, nothing inspired me to do YouTube except when I was like probably 12, 13, I always saw people making YouTube videos. Like, oh, that seems pretty cool. So I started making airsoft videos. I was really into airsoft. So I would make videos of me playing airsoft. And then I started another channel. Well, I had the GoPro, and then I figured, hey, why don't I videotape me and my dad go on a call? So we went on a call, and I videotaped that, and I didn't even have 100 subscribers, like a year of doing that, and then finally something just happened and it kind of took off. Probably my production quality stepped it up and I started putting a little more effort into it, but for whatever reason it just took off and haven't looked back since then. How old am I? I am currently 19 years old, 20 in January. All right, so there's a pivot pin here. This is the underlift. You can see the fork. This is where I dropped the fork in. You're sitting on the other fork holder, and these are called receivers. And what we would do is drop the forks in, fork the axle. So this pivots, as you can see. This whole assembly, when we're going down the road, turns like a trailer. So this is very crucial, needs to be greased. So what I'm gonna do is turn it to the on position so I can just kind of look, and right now I'm on the grease cert, and I'm actually gonna grab a light to make sure that I'm gonna get the grease in there. So I'll be right back. A lot of you guys ask about this light. This is the lemur light. I love this light. This is heavy rescue, I'm assuming. I have, yes, I have. This is the lemur light. This thing is freaking awesome. Love it. It's so bright, and it has this warning light here that I set up at night, and it warns traffic that I'm working on the side of the road. So just make sure it's getting grease. Yeah, heavy. Do you prefer Peterbilt or Mack trucks? Peterbilt all the way. Although I've never driven a Mack, but I like Peterbilt. So another thing I can do is move the pivot pin while you're greasing it. This one's taking a lot of grease. And I grease these pretty often too. And there's a grease point on the other side. Very much respect for you being so young, but come across so experienced and confident. Good job. Thank you. I appreciate that. So what I do is I pivot this pin here, just kind of work the grease in there. The grease is there. It's just like kind of put onto one spot, and you kind of have to spread it around. So excuse the motion sickness here while I pivot. All right, now we'll move to the other side and grease that pin. So I will go ahead and move you guys too, so just bear with me here for a second. Do you guys like these live videos? Let me know right now while I'm setting this up. I want to know if you guys like these live videos. I know they're pretty, like, I don't know, kind of, the production quality is crappy because I can't sit down and edit the video. It's all raw footage. So let me know if you guys like them. I like them because I can interact with you guys on a more personal basis. You know, I can answer your questions right then and there. So that's something that I like. There's Daryl's truck behind me, if you guys know that truck. Love the live video, keep it up. Awesome, that's good to hear. All right, so same thing over here. There's a pivot pin, or there's a grease point in the T-head here. So we'll make sure that we're on it. Videos are pretty natural, I like it. Awesome. I like the unedited videos, it's more real, but a good edit is also very good, of course. Yeah, I agree, like with the video that you guys saw last night, the rollover, that was like a short clip. That video, I have like 5 hours of footage. It's not gonna be a 5 hour long video, so there's gonna be a lot of editing in that one. So bear with me on that one, because that one's gonna take a while. All right, give it a pivot here. Sorry guys, hopefully you're not getting motion sick here. How long have you had your CDL? I actually had my CDL like a year ago. I got my CDL a year ago on Tuesday, I believe. This past Tuesday. It was a year ago. All right. All right, so we got everything greased here. What year are those wreckers and what motor is in that 389? That is a 15, my truck's a 16, and I have a 500 horse Cummins ISX motor. All right, I think we're done with the lemur light for now, so we'll just turn it off and set it down. Definitely check that light out if you are interested in like a warning light. I was given the light for free, but I would definitely buy it after using it. I mean, it really, even like the police department down here, I'll set it up and they are amazed at how it moves cars over. I mean, it doesn't move every car over, but it definitely helps. My dad drives Texas. Awesome, that's awesome. What's the most challenging job you ever worked out there? It's hard to say because there's a lot of, I mean, every job's different. Some that come to mind are like a chicken truck that rolled over, the whole load exploded, chickens all over the road. Frozen chickens, by the way, not live chickens. And it's kind of crazy just having to clean up and how dirty it is. How many wreckers and rotators does this truck company have? We have 33 total trucks. We have 3 heavies, 2 medium duties, no rotators. Although that could change in the future. I know you guys want it. How long have you been doing that job? All of my life. But technically I've had my CDL for a year. There's nothing better than a jerr-dan. Okay, integrated wise, I like Miller. Rotator wise, I'd probably like the jerr-dans, but that's a good truck. Especially with that rear outrigger, or that outrigger right there, downrigger, whatever you want to call it. Really stabilizes that truck, and it's got the side puller right there. Okay, so we got our pivot pin greased. Is this your family's company? Yes, it is my family company. Let's go ahead and grease some more. So I'm gonna pick you up again and move you around. It's a really handy suction cup. It's really working well for this, I think. Is there any reason why you have a Miller and Darrell has a jerr-dan? Just the price of the trucks at the time. Whatever gets the better deal, you know? Okay, let's read your guys' comments. Well, Miller makes good beds, but all me and my dad ever uses jerr-dan. They're both good trucks. It's really driver preference. I think they're both great. And 20, my dad has a trucking company. I'm 20, but my dad has a trucking company. I've been driving since 18. Cool to see someone else be passionate in a similar industry at a young age. It's funny when people ask my age, running tankers. People ask me all the time how old I am, and then I tell them, what was really funny is when I told them I was 18, and they were like, are you sure you can get this out? I'm like, yes. How many crashes have I been to? Very hard to tell. Too many to count. Okay. So here, this is the fold pivot here. So this is the T-bar or the underlift, and it would fold up into the stowed position up against these. So this pin here needs to be greased. Let me go back and read your. I'm definitely gonna need to wash my phone after this. I'm getting grease all over it. Are you the only one that drives that wrecker? Currently, I mean, I drive it the majority of the time, but my dad will hop in it and drive it. We need a driver to fill it, basically. All right, so there's a grease point right here. You should see some of the wreckers in Dallas. There's one company that has a gigantic rotator. Oh yeah, there's plenty of big ones out there. So on these, I can actually look, and we should see grease spewing out of here in a second. There it is. So the grease starts coming out of that joint, and that tells you that you're properly greasing it. Okay. Do the same on this side. Can you do a tour? I have done a tour of my truck. You'll have to look it up on the channel. Maybe someone can post the link if they're feeling nice. I'm actually gonna show you guys what's going on here. Let's see what angle I can get you. Maybe on here. Gotta get it to lock. Maybe. Doesn't want to lock there. Okay, I'll show you in a second. I'm gonna set you down right there. But basically, I'm watching in here for it to fill up with grease. And then that tells me that's properly greased. There it is. Do you guys see that, maybe? I'll show you right now. Okay, so we can go right here. See how there's grease spewing out right there? Maybe it'll stay for me here. I don't think it's gonna stay for me. Maybe it will. Let's see. Nah, it's not gonna work, but there's grease spewing out right there. That is telling me that it is a properly greased joint and it's got enough grease in it. Let's see what else. Let's figure out what we're gonna grease next. You guys have any questions? Do you guys wanna see these new air fittings that I got on the back of my truck? I got really cool new air fittings. Let me wipe this off. I'll wait for you guys' response. I highly recommend these air fittings. How many tons is your dad's truck? My dad doesn't have a truck per se, so I don't know what you mean by that, but we have two 35 tons, these two trucks, and then our 50 ton. Here you know, we can't get our trailer full license until 21, so I have to wait another year. Sounds cool. All right, I'll show you guys these air fittings really quick. Do you relieve pressure on the joints? Well, this joint here is fully down. I don't really, usually what I do is I just throw grease in there. Trying to see how I can get you guys to show you guys this the best way I can. Here, let me take it off the mount for a second here. I'm gonna flip you. All right, so this is my new fitting. I replaced this, and then I also replaced them on that side too. So this fitting is, grab this air hose. What's cool about it is there's no like two-handed operation almost. You just, so that's in, but the line isn't pressurized. And then as soon as I push it in, pressurize the line. If I want to release it, I hit it once, releases it. So it releases the pressure out of the line, but the line's still connected. And then you hit it again and it falls right out. So there's no like blowback. It blows out of there. Super easy operation. You don't have to push it in really hard and release that chuck. So I love these airlines now. I replaced every single fitting on my truck with these airlines. What do you guys think about that? They are available at Home Depot for like $5 a fitting. So a little on the pricier side if you're used to buying just regular fittings, but totally worth it in my opinion. And they are universal, so they'll take like automotive and industrial. I drank all my water already. Let's grease something else. There's some pins up here that we can grease. So I'm gonna go ahead and set this up. Do you do all your maintenance in-house? Yes, we try to do as much maintenance in-house as we can. Although in today's age with like some of the computers and whatnot, sometimes we do have to take it to the dealer, but 95% of our stuff is done in-house. All right, I'm gonna set you right here. And then tilt you down. And then there's quite a bit of grease points right here, so I'll be able to talk to you for a bit. Okay, good there. So we got a grease point here, 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 and here and here. So we'll hit all those. So give me a quick second. I'm gonna run down and grab the grease gun and the rag, and then I'll hop back up here. Come up with some questions so when I come up here, you guys have those ready. I gotta go back down into the abyss. Here I go. Okay, grease gun. Do you smoke at nighttime? No, I do not smoke at all. Smoking is bad for you. Are you guys hiring drivers? Yes, we are currently, always hiring. So what I'm doing is I'm cleaning out all these grease zerts, just making sure they're nice and clean, no debris blocking them. And then what I'll do is I'll go in here, put it on there. Like the land on pulling the camper video, that was a good video. Keep up the good work. Thank you, appreciate that. And leave structural enough to hold up. Are leaves structural enough to connect a breakaway? Oh, leaf springs is what you mean. Yes, they are. They support the whole entire weight of the truck, so they are more than substantial enough to be a strong point for safety chains. And that's pretty much the industry standard connection of safety chains. Someone asked how many miles are in this truck. This truck has 85,000 miles. What type of truck is that 50 ton? It's a 389, I believe, with a Miller Industries 50 ton. How much experience would one need to work for you guys? It just all depends on what you're applying for and how much experience you have prior. If you have light duty experience and you can run a truck, then that's fine. If you have no experience, we might be willing to train you. It really all depends on the person. Do you go to the tow shows? I haven't been to one in a while, but I want to go to Vegas this year for that tow show. I wanted to go to Baltimore, but that was like right during midterms and everything. All right, hi from South Africa. Do you guys like your job besides the heat? How do you guys get paid, by commission or hourly? I encourage any business inquiries to just email us or put in an application. I prefer not to speak about employees and benefit and you know, the ways people get paid over a live stream. All right, so we see grease popping out here, so we're good on this fitting. Do you and your dad plan to buy Western Stars? Probably not. Sometimes I'm looking right here at the top to see if the grease pops out, but sometimes it'll pop out at the bottom, and you'll just keep going and going and going, and then you'll look, and there's a big old pool of grease. Do you recommend chains or straps and using frame forks? I personally use chains, but to each their own. I like chains. It's the way I've been taught, but people use straps all the time. As long as it's rated for what you're doing. So I'm gonna check on this side to make sure grease isn't popping out. There it comes. All right, so the grease is popping out. Add a few more squirts. Do you know who makes a good wrecker, Western Star? They're some tough trucks. They are very tough trucks. They're not very popular down here in California. I would love to have one of those lock-in lubes. You guys seen those before? You guys have any good luck with the lock-in lube? They're like little couplers that you put on the grease ends that lock onto the fitting. What's up, Bill? We're doing a live stream. I said I'm doing a live stream on YouTube. Yeah, well, I'm just telling you, so you censor yourself a little bit. You guys have any questions for Billy?
No, I don't.
Bill drives our wheel lift, Dodge wheel lift. This truck needed grease.
Yeah, I just used that on my last week.
Did you? I think. Let's see.
Usually the fish that won't take grease, we always take them down.
I know. This one pumps it through. Someone says, "What's up, Bill?" Would you like to work there, or would you change it on the future? Oh. Yeah, I think this grease gun has a lot of pressure, and it just kind of pushes through compared to the hand pump.
Yeah. It's a lot cleaner than it used to. You don't have to grease everywhere.
Yeah, seriously. All right.
You also gotta keep hitting it so it doesn't walk away from you.
Seriously.
Looks good to you taking the sand on the window.
Shut up. Huh? I know. I don't know. How extra do you think it would be to polish the diamond plate up here?
Like, you did it?
Yeah.
Are you gonna use the motor's wheel over there?
No, I'll use my big old buffer wheel. Not gonna.
The diamond plate goes all the way, huh?
Yeah.
Probably gonna take a while. It takes me like 2 hours to do it on my truck, and it's a lot smaller, but I do mine by hand.
Yeah, that buffer wheel, it's a lot of work, but it knocks it out. Do you still have the sunshade? Yeah, I do. It's in my control box here. I use it quite often, actually.
You also have to guess people cleaning his truck now.
Checking out. See you in the next video. Keep them coming. Thanks for showing up.
I don't watch your YouTubes.
I don't care.
I watch your, tell me I don't want videos though.
That's what they are.
I don't watch them on YouTube though. Usually they pop up on my feed, and I'll say Trent posted a new video.
Well, that's off of YouTube. It's just the links posted on Facebook. Hey!
We're showing the ease of this new tool you got.
Okay, what's wrong with it?
Well, I don't know. I can't get it to plug in. Try to put the air blower in.
Okay, I'll be there in a second. Let me just finish this really quick.
That's crap, I'm putting this knife out.
It takes me, I can't get it plugged in because I'm not doing something right, and I need to know what I'm doing wrong.
Should just plug right in. I'll look right now.
Plug in.
Yeah, see, it should just plug right in, Bill. Where is connected the charger of the impact driver? I don't have the charger connected on the truck. I just have it, I plug it in the office. I have 2 extra batteries. You know, International made a good wrecker too, heavy duty wise. Yeah, I don't know. In my opinion, the Peterbilts are the superior truck. Now, don't get me wrong, there are plenty of trucks out there that do get the job done and do just as well, but it's just really personal preference. And also resale value, you're gonna get more money out of a Peterbilt than you would if you bought like an International and tried to resell it, you know. So anyway, guys, if you guys don't have any more questions, I'm going to go ahead and call the live stream here. I just have a few more fittings to grease. Bill drives our wheel lift. He drives our recovery wheel lift. So thank you for tuning in and hanging out with me for a bit. I really appreciate that, guys. Stay tuned for more live streams. Let me answer these really quick. What is the best truck you have there? It all depends on the situation, really. My favorite truck is obviously my wrecker, but there's trucks out there that'll do it better. And how many trucks do I have? We have 33 pieces of equipment. So anyway, guys, thank you for watching. As always, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know in the comments what you think about it. I will be doing more live streams in the future, so just stay tuned for those. And thanks for watching, guys. Stay tuned for more videos. As always, like, comment, subscribe.